Hello, good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to Morning Pages Live with myself, Nicola McKenna. We go longer on a Friday, and we just let you explore for a little longer. The God, nothing's coming out right today. The tongue is just okay. Just going to take a deep breath. Try again. Yes, I have eaten today. I just haven't had any coffee. I'd say that's the that's the problem. And I can't see much here. There we go. Much better. Okay. Try that again. Happy Friday. Welcome to Morning Pages. Great to see you. Get yourself ready. At 6 past the hour, we start a timer for 45 minutes and we do free writing a la Julia Cameron's Artist's Way Morning Pages, and I'll show you what that looks like. This is the book, and I sometimes run workshops taking people through the 12 chapters of The Artist's Way. I haven't done it in about a year or so. I was doing it solidly for 4 years, and it's fairly intense after a while because us facilitators have to do it with you as part of the group. So you can imagine the level of work I've done. I've written quite a few morning pages and done quite a few chapters on faith and integrity and strength and trail mix. And I have followed up books and I have started on other Julia Cameron books, What I've been doing all week with you is talking about Cher. Cher, the international superstar, who released her memoir at Christmas, and Santa brought that for me. Thank you, Santa. All week we've been talking about her work ethic, her creative beginnings, and today I might talk to you a little bit about belief, because obviously she had a really big hit about 20 years ago called Believe. And I often listen to the lyrics of a song like you would words of a poem, and I take great strength from that and great inspiration from them. And one of the lines is, do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside me says, I really don't think you're strong enough. Okay. Just to take those two lines. Do you believe? It's kind of a question. It's almost like a challenge. Do you, and how deeply do you believe, because people say, oh yeah, I believe in that. But do you believe in it? Do you feel it deep in your heart? So in the second line, she says, I can feel something inside. And it's something that sometimes you have to work at. I don't know about you, but I am, by default, I'm not a believer. By default, I'm quite cynical. By default, I would rather see the glass half empty than half full. And I have reveled in that role for many, many years. It's all fun and games and it's great, but it doesn't really lead you maybe to where you want to go. And the concept of taking belief and working on it, that is something that this creative has actually had to plan a little bit, nurture, and work at. So what I find is I keep looking towards creatives like this. I keep looking towards inspirational songs, inspirational poems. I listen to a lot of gay pride anthems, which is like 100 songs on Apple Music. And what it does is every single song is about challenge, but to a disco beat. And you can't help but feel more energized afterwards. And it helps that I do it while I exercise, to get the heart rate going. But I naturally, I'm not a believer. I'm not a hopeful, cheerful person by default. And so I've had to work on that because I got sick of that. I got sick of feeling like crap, basically, and I needed to find more belief. One of the reasons why I did the Artist's Way 10 years ago was I kept asking the question, is this it? There has to be more. And slowly I have built up levels of trust in myself, trust in a higher power, and that in itself leads on to hope, belief, trust, all of these things, all of these words that I said over the years, I have actually had to put the time in and put the effort in to to make it feel deep inside that I am strong enough. So wherever you need to go to find your inspiration, be it Cher or Dolly Parton next week. Dolly Parton, she's the girl. Get yourself ready, lads. It's 6 past the hour. I'm just going to read your comments, and then we'll set a timer for 45 minutes. Yeah, I will read your comments, and then we'll get going on the 45 minutes. The 45 minutes will let us go to 3 pages and beyond. Okay, please keep going beyond the 3 pages. It's not about the 3 pages. It's about taking control of your own practice. And that is doing a half a page, 3 pages, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. You're in control of this. And that's what I want to foster for you. Okay, so let's see what you guys say. We have Eva, hello, and Mandakini, hello, good morning. Great to have you guys. Thanks, Eva. Mandakini says, believing in oneself seems like a constant process. Absolutely. There are times when I feel powerful and others when I don't care or want much. Yeah, it's like getting up every morning, the thing gets reset, and paying attention to that feeling, the first feeling that we get in the morning. Am I default cynical or am I default hopeful? And if one of those states has given you a problem, then it's definitely a good thing to work on. And I've had to work on the old cynicism, a lot. You go with the flow and accept the cyclical nature of it. Yeah. And it's cycles, and thankfully it's like waves. It comes and goes, guys, I'm going to grab myself I'm going with the blue today. Yesterday was pink. Let's get going on our pages. Are you ready? We're starting with our 45 minutes, guys. Okay. Best of luck and enjoy this. Enjoy this time. We are changing with every word that comes out. Okay. Try and seep into this and really enjoy it. Okay. I'm right here for you. All the best. Bye. Oh, bye. 45 minutes starting now. Off we go. There's our timer. Yeah, flies by. Okay, now stick with the same one or change. It's up to you. We're going to take 7 minutes. I'm free for a chat at the end at 11 o'clock if you want a wee chat. And if you need to go, that's okay. For now, your 7 minutes of review starts now. Okay? Yeah. Here we go. Reluctantly, pens down. It's tough, isn't it? Reluctantly, the pens have to go down. How did you find that? How did you find that 7 minutes and the 45 before it? Hopefully that went well for you. Now, it is 11 o'clock. If you need to cry off, please do. If you would like to stay on and talk for 5 or 10 minutes, I am happy to do that. I have stuff myself, so I would be, out by kind of 10 past. 10 past the hour. So I'm just going to put on a little timer for myself. I live and die by timers, as if you can't tell. I've a difficulty with time blindness, and I tend to use timers a lot. Let me know in the comments how you get on with your 45 minutes. And I probably should talk a bit more about the notion of 3 pages versus time, measuring your morning pages. There are what I call the purists. The purists tend to not come to me. The purists tend to stay and talk to each other in Facebook groups, or form their own groups. And if you can't tell, I'm not really a purist, so I'm not sure what the opposite of a purist is. I don't like the word liberal. We'll figure it out anyway. But I am definitely alternative. My practice to the artist's way and morning pages is definitely alternative. So if that's working for you, do let me know. If there's anything more I can do for you, let me know. I used to use some words around this that I don't think was very helpful. Things like dropouts and stuff, and that's not what we are. Um, just kind of struggling to find the right words, I suppose. Anywho, let's see what you guys had to say. Oh, before we started writing, yeah, Mandakini, you were saying that Sia has a lot of anthems. Yeah, Sia would be really popular in this house, really, with me. I love her work and her work ethic, and I love her courage to be who she is and be that courageous, different person, definitely alternative. And I could totally see LGBT communities and people who feel on the outside a little bit or feel marginalized, that they would definitely, and I'm one of those people, that would feel, um, we would feel welcomed and seen by artists like Cher, by artists like Sia, and the anthems that they create, and the beauty and the art that they're bringing to our lives, in the form of show business, in the form of entertainment. Some of Sia's music videos, if you haven't seen them already, please go. They are a treat. They might be 6-7 minutes, but they are an absolute treat. Um, Elastic Heart, I think. Is it Plastic Heart? Electric Heart. Anyway, it's with Shia LaBeouf, and it's just a stunning and very storytelling filled video. You might enjoy it. Let's see. Right, so Mandakini, you enjoyed that. Eva says, I was mostly reacting. Mostly reacting. I think that's in relation to the practice of believing, or the cyclical nature of having good days and bad days. I think that might be in response to that. Eva, let me know if I got that completely wrong. Mandakini says very enlightening and quite profound. Yeah, so the 45 minutes. We do tend to move from one thing to another, don't we, in the pages? But the things that come out are profound. They really are quite profound and enlightening. So I'm glad to hear that that's helping you and going well for you, Mandakini. Yeah, you'd like to talk for a bit. We all literally live and die by time. I thought it was just me. Yeah, we live and die by time. A good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. It depends on your perspective. I love working by time. I love knowing that I have the exact same um, time as everyone else on the planet. I've 24 hours in the day. I love that. I love that sense of that equalizing, to some extent, equalizing force on all of us, and how we choose to use it, or how we have to use it sometimes. So Eva, you're saying reacting what happened in the group I participated in yesterday evening, writing about that. Right. Oh yeah. So you're are you doing a creative group or an artist way group? Eva, let me know what your thoughts are. Maybe you're doing the artist's way at the moment, and and maybe you're meeting about that. I'd love to hear a bit more about that, Eva, when you're ready, if you want to share. Mandakini says the opposite of a purist is a realist, right? Okay, in my opinion, someone who embraces hybridity. Oh, that's a good word, Mandakini. Hybridity and fertility. Yeah, I think there's a lot of work I could do around that word, realist. I'm just going to pull out the old thesaurus. This is what I do on the Artist's Way all the time. I love words, and I love seeing what realist. And it just happened to open at the right page. Almost the right page. Realism, realistic, reality, realist. Right, realistic. There's a couple of different couple of different words, synonyms for this. Business-like, common sense, down to earth, hard-headed. So as I'm reading these out, what I'm looking for is almost like to see what my spirit or soul is liking, what my instinct is kind of going, oh yeah, that's the word that works for you. So I'm reading business-like, common sense, down to earth, hard-headed, level-headed, matter of fact, practical, pragmatic, rational, real, sensible, sober, unromantic, unsentimental. Second meaning, authentic, faithful, genuine, graphic, lifelike, natural, naturalistic, representational, true, true to life, and truthful. Okay, I think I've found my answer. So as I say, the words mean a lot to me. And when I read that the opposite of purist would be a realist, it did make sense to me, Mandakini. What I found was I needed to kind of find a synonym that sat better with me. And I often do that through the artist way as well, that words like discipline, for example. Discipline has a couple of different meanings. And depending on how we perceive that meaning, depending on what we've been raised with, let's say, we can either take discipline to be punishment, punishment for who we are or what we're doing, or we can take discipline to mean learning. Okay, the real meaning of the word discipline is to learn, to study, to make mistakes and to learn. But it's often used in popular culture as being punishment. You're going to be disciplined. So sometimes scratching the surface of a word really, really helps. And that's what I'm doing with realist. What resonated deeply with me was not the first set of meanings, that is businesslike, hard-headed, matter-of-fact, real, sensible, sober, unromantic, unsentimental, although I am unsentimental and I'm unromantic as well. What resonated more was the next set of synonyms, which is authentic, faithful, genuine, graphic, lifelike, natural, naturalistic, representational, true, true to life, and truthful. All of those words resonated deeply with me. So yes, I am a realist. That's what I am now. Thank you, Mandakini. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And I like those words, hybridity and fertility as well. So I will take those and do a little work on that. Eva, you were saying it's an estuary group. It takes too long to explain. That's fine. No problem at all, Eva. So long as it's helping you and working for you, that's the main thing. On Zoom, I love the L Zoom. I love the L Zoom. I got caught lately with Zoom. So for my workshops, I would have done an awful lot of workshops on Zoom. And I had the subscription, which is like $18.99. And that was fine when I was charging for my workshops. But then I kind of stopped doing the workshops June, July last year. And the subscription kept rolling on. So in November, I was about to cancel my Zoom subscription. That would bring it down to 0. It'd still mean I'd get like 40 minutes of Zoom time, but I couldn't push it to 3 or 4 hours like I normally would. And I don't really subscribe to like quitting after 40 minutes and then expecting everybody to tune in for a new one. I just think that that's bonkers, especially if people have paid for a workshop. So I was about to cancel and Zoom said, oh, would you like to pause your subscription for 3 months? And I thought, yeah, I'll pause. All right. And I had a note in my planner saying, okay, coming up to February, decide if you're going to cancel the Zoom subscription entirely or if you are going to renew. And I just was too slow off the mark. And they came and, as was their right, took another $18.99 out of my account. And I was like kicking myself. I was so cross. But so now I've cancelled it entirely. And sometimes I just need to get a little a little lesson, a little nudge like that to say, Peter, get off the pot. What are you doing? Are you going back to Zoom or not? No, thanks, not. This is going really well, actually, the YouTube lives. I can't stay on that much longer, but might talk about realism a little bit. Mandakini says authentic versus puristic. Yeah. Purist is a word that's just never sat well with me. I like a little bit of wiggle room. I like a little bit of flexibility, because to be too rigid is more than this human can manage. And I have never liked being, learning the hard way, or, being punished for just doing my best and failing. I don't feel I should be punished for that. Thanks very much. And purist in my brain would have always equated to that kind of thing. It has certain religious connotations as well in my head, and often, especially on the Artist's Way, when we look at this kind of thing, we're going into each person's perception of a word or a concept or whatever, and each um, person's experience is valid. It's a little bit like AA, if you go to an AA meeting, and there's not that I would know, but what I've observed and what I read about is that a person will simply be allowed to speak for their 5 or 10 or 13 minutes or whatever, and people simply listen. And it's a great way of the person being heard and seen, of the listeners not necessarily having to swoop in and fix, and for a shared sense of humanity to evolve. And sometimes that's quite nice. So that's the kind of vibe I would bring to my Artist's Way groups as well, to simply listen to one another, and sit on a fence almost. You are literally sitting there and simply bearing witness to that person, despite whatever they're going through. We don't have the right or the duty or the responsibility to either judge or come in and swoop and fix like a hero. Leave that to Superman. Okay, I think we might wrap up soon, actually. Mandakini says, true to life and natural. Yes, that makes sense. Being realistic about Zoom. Yeah. Oh, the Zoom thing was it was so, we just have to kind of look after people who are paying for workshops, and not mess them about. You know what I mean? Oh, Mandakini, yeah, Google Meet is better that way. I'm not completely sure. I haven't been using Google tools at all. In fact, I haven't been using them at all. I got a new computer lately, and so it would be still quite heavy on the Apple products, like FaceTime. Zoom's not Apple. I'm not saying that, but I don't really know that much about Google, but I'm having to learn about Google Drive now. I'm starting this. I'm part of a community that helps you organize your business, gets the foundations of a business down, and part of that is setting up like a digital filing cabinet, setting up processes, identifying what your business processes are, things like that. And so that's a real learning curve for me at the moment. But I have a great support network and a great mentor, and it's a paid membership that I'm in. But she's phenomenal, and she's just what I wanted, because for about 3 years now I have been firefighting on my business, and I've had enough of that. And I really want to be able to offer. I'm not sure I understand. Oh, stop now. I really want to be able to offer more to more people, and that means getting my business on a solid footing, and knowing what I am and who I am and where I'm going and what I'm bringing to the world. So I love doing these morning pages and chats, but at some point 12 24 months from now, I would be formalizing it. Well, hoping to formalize it with a lot of work and a lot of support, but we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. All right, guys, it's almost 20 past 11, so I am going to say goodbye. Okay. If there's anything more I can do for you, please let me know. And I am always open, especially to folks who kind of come to the morning pages time and again. I'm always open for a private chat on Zoom for 40 minutes or less, or FaceTime or something like that. I'm always happy to talk creativity, especially with people who are like yourselves, flexible, open-hearted, open-minded, who love the chats and who might like an albit of Cher or a thesaurus. You know, it's great just to find people who are like me, and it's great when you find people who you resonate with. You know, so if there's anything more I can do for you, either a private chat about creativity, or if there's something you would like me to bring to this little community that we have, I'd be happy to hear it, you know. And if I can't do it, I can't do it, but I'd be happy to hear from you, you know. Let's do our 3 deep breaths and just kind of think back onto what we have achieved here this morning. You might want to close your eyes a little bit and relax. Let the shoulders drop. Okay. And we think back to the 45 minutes that we've given ourselves and our souls, nurturing the artist within, giving time and love and care to the creative that we are. The words that come out of our hands, the words that come through us, the emotions that we're manifesting onto the page. This is all shaping us, shaping our souls and our artists within. Okay, so let's do our 3 deep breaths. Go in for 4 and hold for 4 and out for 4. Ready and go. Let all the worries of the day just fade away, if it can. In we go again. And audible exhale, please. Yeah. Come on. All of it comes out. All of it comes out. I wish you a happy Friday. Yeah. Mandakini. If you ever want to find out more, I'm early on this journey of professionalizing this business of mine. And if you ever want to find out, just let me know. It does take time and it takes commitment, it takes money, but it's an investment in my business, and it's an investment in the people I'm hoping to serve, you know. So I'm right here for you guys. Yeah, it's wonderful to have you here. That's lovely. Thank you, Mandakini. That's so lovely. Thank you so much. I really enjoy this. I really, really, really enjoy this. Now I have a job to do. We are digging up the garden. Oh, we're so allergic. And I have to go and buy a wheelbarrow. So out of my comfort zone. Oh, and also I have to buy a lump hammer. What's a lump hammer, huh? Look that up in my thesaurus. Guys, thanks a million for the chats. It's always the crack, isn't it? You have a lovely day, and I will see you Monday to Thursday. And thank you for being the realistic, authentic, trusting, true people that you are for me. I really, really appreciate it. And I will try to be that person for you as well. All right. Take care. Bye bye. See you.